All right, 7 new Matchbox cars. 1 short card. Let's crack these guys open. Probably seen the Rambo Lambo. And we've got 2 red Mazdas, the RX8 and the Autozam. The Autozam isn't a Wankel powered car, obviously, but still awesome. They're both red. I need to get more blue ones. The original release. Anyway, let's crack these open. Start off with the Autozam. This thing's pretty awesome. It's of course right-hand drive, because it's straight from Japan. Japanese only car. I don't believe it was sold anywhere outside of Japan, I could be wrong. 1992 Mazda Autozam AZ1. I wonder if Doug DeMauro has one of these in his little mini diecast collection. Alright, next we've got the RX8, excuse me. Also red. So we got the 2 red Mazdas. I have driven a silver and a blue RX8 back when I worked at the Cadillac dealership in Nashua. And yeah, they were pretty cool. Both were manuals. Got to row through the gears, which was fun. I don't hate the RX8 like some people do. I think it was a neat little weird attempt to make the rotary more mainstream by having it in something other than a flat-out sports car for only 2 people. 2-passenger sort of situation. And at the time, the SUV craze was raging, and it was a tough sell for Mazda to design yet another sports car. And so they did what seemed like a reasonable compromise at the time, but of course people like to hate on it now. Anyway, moving right along. Let's go with the Rambo Lambo. The Lamborghini LM002. Look up the history of this car, it's fascinating. This truck thing. It really is more of a truck than anything. But it's a front-engined Countach V12 powered beast of a lifestyle SUV, utility vehicle, whatever you want to call it. It's sort of if the Italians made the G-Wagon Mercedes, which is quite literally what it was in a lot of ways. Anyway, so there you go. And since we're on the subject of SUVs, let's do the Bronco next. The Bronco that later on was the classic Bronco and loved because it was just the right size, but also dwarfed by the later bigger Broncos. And so eventually got the Bronco 2 in the 1980s. This is a 1970. I love the color combo, by the way. Blue with a white interior. Good job on the side view mirrors on this one, Matchbox. They really did a nice job. Also the little baby wheel covers. And they retained a reasonable normal set of wheels for this thing, as it would have had. I know the wheels were too small for this, but that's kind of how the original was. It wasn't some ridiculous rock crawler, it was just a utility vehicle. It was basically a farm implement of sorts. Alright, let's do the Opel next. I'm going to save the BMW for last, probably. So if you're collecting diecast, you've seen this one in orange a million times in stores. It's literally just been everywhere. But I was excited to see a new color. So this one's pretty cool. It's the Cadet GT. Unlike the Opel GT we got in the US, that was the mini Corvette. These are neat little cars. It's no coincidence that it looks a lot like a Chevy Vega. There you go. Next we got the short card Subaru. It's a Forester. 2019 Subaru Forester. It's kind of neat. I got some feelings about this car, but I'm gonna keep them to myself. It is awesome. You can get it in the manual, for the record. Even now, in recent years. Anyway, 2012 BMW 3 Series Touring. This is awesome. As a big fan of station wagons. I've never had a BMW station wagon. I've had coupes and sedans. I've never had a wagon. But it's on the list. And the gray actually sort of fits in this particular case. Usually I get annoyed with cars being painted battleship gray that have no business being gray, but I'm going to say in this case it's actually, for the most part, okay. So there you go. There's 7 new Matchbox vehicles that are hitting stores right now in New England. Some parts of the world you won't see these for a while. Other places like California or in Asian countries you might have already seen these a while back.